My name is Emily Harmon, and for the past 3 years, I've worked in ABA therapy. I'm an RBT, which is a registered behavior technician, meaning that I work one on one with children with autism spectrum disorder doing applied behavior analysis therapy. ABA therapy, by definition, is a therapy based on the science of learning and behavior. ABA helps us to understand how behavior works and is affected by the environment and how the individual's best learning can take place. ABA therapy helps individuals increase language and communication skills, improve attention, focus, social skills, memory, academics, and decrease maladaptive behaviors. Maladaptive behaviors are the behaviors that you would want to see decrease because they can cause harm to themselves or to somebody else, or they're not socially acceptable. I work for a company that deals with preschool age children with developmental disabilities. I've been in RBT for the past 6 months, but before that, I was a line therapist for about 3 years. A line therapist does pretty much the same thing that an RBT does, but they just get paid less because they're not registered. Um, for me, I came into ABA by the luck of the draw. While on maternity leave in 2018, my boss texted me that she thought I would be a good candidate for ABA because of my patience and love for children, especially the children that seem to need a little bit more love, aka the trouble kids. If you know a child with autism, you probably know that they have some behaviors that can be harmful to themselves or others, such as head banging, scratching, or any other forms of self harm, or throwing toys, and being easily pushed into meltdowns when being told no or denied from something that they really want. I got into ABA because I want to help these children become active members in society. I don't want children with autism spectrum disorder to be looked at differently because they start stimming uncontrollably because a light flickers in a restaurant, or they're at Walmart with their parents and they step in a water puddle and then now their socks are wet and everybody's staring at them and the parents and they're trying to calm them down. Like, I don't want that to happen to anybody. Um, I want these children I want to aid these children and their parents in learning new scientifically proven to work methods to help autism spectrum disorder individuals slowly become adapted to the real world. I want to continue working in ABA even after I graduate. After I graduate, I plan on obtaining my master's degree in ABA, which would be a BCBA, a board certified behavior analyst, meaning that I would be the one developing their plans, testing them, doing all their programming. I wouldn't just be the person sitting out there with them. I would be, from start to finish, I would have all of their programming done through me. I want a lifelong career in ABA, unlike this woman that wrote this article titled, I Abused Children for a Living. In this article, she tells us how she was a behavior technician straight off the street. She had never heard of ABA. She didn't know what autism even was. She states that ABA to an autistic person is nothing more than an unruly embodiment of behaviors to be reinforced, shaped, and extinguished. A defiant child to be made compliant. Basically, I was a glorified dog trainer. She says that she learned things like how to ignore a distressed child until they comply, how to properly restrain a 2 to 6 year old, and how to not show empathy when a child has a meltdown. She also says that she would desensitize children to painful or uncomfortable sensory experiences, and that we use candy to manipulate your child into doing her bidding, no questions asked. The only time that we would ever restrain a child is if they were hurting themselves or somebody else. I have a client that will bang his head on the ground. He won't keep helmets on because he doesn't like anything constricting his face. So whenever he does this, me and the other RBT and the BCBA will all have to be there. We'll have to hold his arms down and his legs down just to make sure that he's not hurting himself. Um, we don't do that just because they're throwing a fit or something. It's not like we're restraining them to like hurt them. We're restraining them so they don't hurt themselves. Um, Pretty much this whole article is that was published in 2017 is slamming ABA. It doesn't even tell you what ABA is supposed to do or supposed to look like, or it doesn't say anything about the ABA that I do on a daily basis for the past 3 years. Looks nothing like this picture this woman has painted. Yes, I'm not going to lie or sugarcoat thing. LaVos, who is one of the founders of ABA, he's one of the founding fathers, he used to use electric shock and would withhold primary needs from the child until certain goals were met. This is obviously not acceptable now, and I don't do LaVos's ABA, I do Skinner's ABA. What we do is we obviously make sure that the students' basic needs are met. Like the climate is good for them. We make sure that the room is, not hot or cold. Um, we make sure that they have water in their system and that they've already eaten. We make sure that if they need diapers changed, that they're good that way. If they need to go potty, then we take them potty. We make sure that everything is met first, and then we manipulate their surroundings to make it better for them to slowly become adapted. This is what ABA is supposed to do. I've successfully placed 3 of my clients in general education classes. I've taken nonverbal students to completely verbal while using ABA. That is what ABA is supposed to do. It's not supposed to be spoken on as child abuse. I just wanted to let everybody know, in case you had somebody in your family with autism and you wanted to know about ABA, you had no clue what it was, or if you saw this article, I just wanted to make sure that you knew this is not what we're doing. We're here to help these children, and we would never. We love your babies. Thank you.